Rookie here. It's the Pat and JT podcast.
Pat and JT podcast.
Big thanks to Kugler Vision for supporting our podcast. We enjoy them. They're nice people.
No kidding, man. Speaking of which, too, as a matter of fact, you went in not too recently and fairly recently,
Yeah.
but had your consultation done. And I was just going to mention, talk to somebody else on Facebook that went in and had their consultation done as well. And they are scheduling also. They decided to ditch the glasses, ditch the contacts.
Beautiful.
And went through the whole process. They didn't do same day. Same day is a possibility. When you walk in to get your consultation done, they could say, hey, you know what?
You never know.
Let's get her done.
That's right.
You just never know.
Never
But
know.
then you can also hashtag see Omaha clearly with a little help from Kugler Vision.
Yeah.
We've both had the procedure done. Vers has had it done. Recommend it. I would always tell anybody, just bottom line, get the consultation done.
Right.
Because they're going to make sure it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah. It's super easy.
Kuglervision.com.
And they're nice people.
And they're nice
On
people.
top of it, they're nice people.
On top of that. Speaking of nice people, back to Facebook real quick.
Yeah.
I was having a lot of conversations yesterday with people that, been checking in on us, just found the podcast or been listening all along. And one of them in particular was JJ.
Okay.
And she's been with us and I put in quotes for a minute when I was talking to her. And anyway, she's just kind of as a reminder, early on, when we started doing our podcast, she left a message saying that she was happy we were back. She also, at one point, happened to win $1,000 from us
Oh, geez.
at some place.
Good Lord.
Other than where we're at right now.
Right. Because we ain't got no budget, yo. We're not giving away $1,000 now.
And anyway, she said, listening to number 127, my dad and grandpa are Richard, and I married a Richard. Dumb move.
That's...
Just kidding. She needless to say we're divorced. But that was hilarious. I love you guys. And so I wrote back to her, apologies. I'm sorry to hear that. And she's like, no, it was a while back, but I get it. What we were talking about was marrying somebody who had the same name as one of your parents.
Yeah. That'd be hard. That'd be tough.
To talking, pillow talk.
Yeah.
Saying your mom's name.
Yeah, it's like saying, I love you, mommy. Even just saying that makes...
Barb.
Gross. Right.
Barb.
Hey, Barb, I love you.
Not like that.
No.
Can't do that. But one of the funny things, she said that it has been over 15 years that she's been listening to us. And her kid, who drives now, was with her most of the time. And he was listening last week. She had the podcast on in the car. And he goes, oh my God, this is my childhood. He's 17.
Oh, really?
So for
Wow.
15 years of his life.
Crazy.
That's
been awesome.
And he's also a subscriber now, too. So, Riley.
Hi, Riley.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We're glad to have you along. Definitely.
That is super cool.
I never thought about that because she said, it's been 15 years she's been listening. He's 17 now. So, his entire childhood.
Well, that's crazy because
Wow.
right today, as this airs today, we're recording it the day before, but as this is out today, Bennett has his unbridled driver's license and vehicle he will be driving himself to work
Totally
today,
legal.
100% by himself, and
God.
I am freaked out.
Are you really?
I didn't think I would be. He's a great driver. He went through driver's ed. He got
Yeah.
huge marks, did great. I've driven
Did you
with him
take
everywhere.
driver's ed?
We didn't even have it. Driver's ed was Grandpa yelling at me in an Aries K on the way to Utan to get chicken feed. That's driver's ed. True story.
I'm trying to think. I think we did. And it was in the summertime. And there were 2 weeks you had to take it.
And that's what it is now
And
still.
I didn't complete it.
You didn't?
I think I had other things to do.
Whatever.
I had horses to ride. I had stuff going on, and I missed too many classes because we would have, my parents would have received
Well, as my grandpa would have said, you got a turd in your pocket?
turn in your pocket, yeah. Mom and dad would have received a cut on there or a discount on my insurance rates if I'd completed it, and I didn't.
Yeah, I'm sure they love that. Yes, driver's ed isn't cheap, but you do get the money back in credits. It's significant.
Yeah.
It was like a 25% discount. Like it was a pretty decent credit.
I didn't know it was that much.
Yeah, but now with online, those 2 weeks that you're talking about, it's all online stuff, online videos, online tests, all that stuff. And then you have 3 days, which is 6 total hours of behind the wheel time with an instructor.
So you don't even have to go somewhere every day. You just do it online. Mm-hmm. We're supposed to go in every morning for that's 5 days a week.
Their completion rate
and it
had
was
to be super
early.
low. Yeah,
which should have been foreshadowing what my college life was going to be like.
Right.
You want me to come in from 8 to 10?
Hello, 1 o'clock biology. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm freaking out. I honestly didn't think I would be.
Well, how far does he have to drive? I mean, like right now, as far as will he be driving? Because
3 miles, 4 miles.
Okay.
And it's all on. Honestly, he's a really, really good driver.
I believe you.
And I know some parents are like, oh, everybody's parents say their kids, and he's a typical boy. He can get distracted and all this kind of stuff. But
everybody can.
He's really good. But again, it's not. I'm not necessarily worried about him. It's the other idiots out there and thinking that he's driving.
Defensive driving is something you have to learn. I mean, that's just, you can only learn it by doing it.
Yeah.
Defensive driving. I mean, you learning how to drive in that vacuum that is an empty parking lot, or weird hours on the weekend on a highway that's not real busy.
You just can't get it. You just can't get it.
To replicate, I mean, have you taken him like in rush hour traffic and said, let's go eastbound on Dodge?
He's been
into town.
In every experience that every possibility that I can think of, even snow, really bad snow and icy roads. We went and drove through neighborhoods and interstate and construction areas.
You learn how to skid.
I got him drunk once, so
there you go. That's perfect.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
So every possible. So I don't know. So it's gonna be fine, but it's just.
When's the first time he drives to, say, go to Lincoln? Never.
Ever.
The interstate's supposed to be even safer, way safer than the highways, or way safer than in town.
True. And I agree with that. After driving the interstate for the last 2 years every day, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. It's not.
I'm just afraid he's going to get zone out and wake up in carny. Not like wake up, but like start paying attention and get really into a long Post Malone album or something and realize in carny.
Though, almost all teenagers, and it goes beyond that. But I've done the same thing. You're driving somewhere, and the next thing you know, you just went past. It's like, damn it, I just missed my exit. I was supposed to get off. You got to go 2 more miles.
I actually did that yesterday in Lincoln, trying to get to Target through the neighborhood, and missed my turn. So had to turn around, went back, and didn't miss my turn there. But I decided to go up one more and turn around in a different area. But I turned into a neighborhood that had no outlet, so I had to back into I cussed out loud to myself. I was so pissed. My own fault. I've driven by that thing 1,000 times, and I right past my turn. Usually
you rely on that muscle memory, so to speak, that you've driven it so many times. You've probably done it yourself, and I know a lot of people probably have done the same thing. You get home, and you realize you had so much on your mind, you really don't remember the drive home.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And you think, oh, my God.
I hope I was safe. I didn't hurt anyone. Yeah.
That's kind of scary, but you might have been thinking about other things or whatever was on your mind, or listening to something sometimes even, and then you realize all of a sudden, wow.
I'm here. Right.
How did that? I made it.
How did that happen?
The whole way. So, well, that's cool, though. So starting within 24 hours, so by the time everybody's hearing this, he'll be legally on the roads.
Yep.
Okie doke.
Yep. Driving him.
How's the job going, too, by the way?
He loves it. Yeah, and that's what freaked me out when he said it out loud yesterday. So Friday I can just drive myself to work and back, and I'm like, I can't tell him no.
He's got a car.
Yeah, he's got his mom and her husband are getting. He's getting. I guess it's not giving him a car, but they're using one of theirs, and he's going to pay for it every month.
Real? Is it fairly new?
Yeah, it's like 5 years newer than mine.
What?
Yeah. I don't know the financial situation on the other side of it, but so I don't know if it's paid off or what. But it's it's like a little Civic.
Don't you think everybody should have to drive an old car to begin with?
That's kind of what I told him too.
I mean, just because.
But then you talk to a kid. I agree. Then you talk to a kid though that it could be getting, I don't know if it's 2014 whatever Civic, nice and no big deal. He said it's got the sport package.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't either.
But then you try to say, no, you know what? We're gonna pump it a little bit, and we're gonna get you an El Camino.
Yes.
Which I would love an El Camino right now.
A little humbling.
Yeah. So no,
Prove to us you can drive well in this for 6 months.
And you get that.
You take care of this. I want to see you take care of this El Camino.
Yeah.
Make sure it's a 1990s model.
Because the older ones are worth a lot more.
Honestly, my dad has an El Camino.
God,
my mom hates when he drives it.
Oh, why? That'd be sweet. I'd ride dirty with him.
It's a red El Camino. And he got it in lieu of cash that was owed to him for something else. And the guy said, well, I got this El Camino, and the header was ripped out of it, the headliner. The seats needed some work and this and that. And so he's kind of fixed it up.
So the header, is the
Headliner.
header in a car headliner?
Headliner.
Oh, because I've heard of a header, so I
Header.
thought I was really overthinking it for years. So
Just
there's
the
two different things.
Headliner.
Okay.
So anyway, the only reason I know that is because when my car got stolen in Arizona years and years ago, it was a brand new car. It was a Grand Am. I wanted, what was the next one up? Grand
Pre?
That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
I got a Grand Am.
Yeah. Well,
Beggars can't be
steps.
choosers.
Baby steps.
You know, it's what I could afford.
Right.
And so I got my Grand Am, silver Grand Am, and I was living in Phoenix. I probably told this story before. And working at a radio station down there, and we were doing Super Bowl Sunday. And so it was in January. This car was that year's model.
Oh.
Okay, I'm just not going to go any further than that.
NBD.
But it was brand new.
NBD.
Okay. And Super Bowl January, February, whenever it happens now. And so it was parked in the parking lot because we were getting ready for a party that we were going to be doing, and the game hadn't started yet. So had Rockstar parking. Parked it, go inside, we were doing all our stuff. And I ran out during halftime. I don't know, maybe before. What doesn't matter. Nobody else was out in the parking lot because everybody was inside partying. I run outside. My car wasn't where I left it. And I was like, no, I was parked right in front.
So you knew for sure.
I was out this door. Yes, I was out this door. And I go over to where my car had been parked, and there's a pile of glass on the concrete.
She gone.
They found it 3 days later out in the desert somewhere.
Bent over a cactus, probably. Oh, honey, are you okay?
And the doors were wide open. It had been left running.
That is the equivalent of being bent over a cactus.
So it was completely dry of gasoline, completely dry of any kind of battery power, everything. And then the inside.
Rode hard, put away wet.
Oh, God, the epitome. This is a poster child right here. And the headliner been ripped out.
Like,
why?
They were in the middle of the desert. They're in that big of a hurry. They don't want to even shut the car off. Unbelievable.
And the doors were wide open.
Right. It's like you guys just went
It's
through
like,
all this.
Where'd you go?
Right.
It's the desert.
Were you that scared? You just like, I'm out. And
I don't
didn't
know.
even
Maybe
turn it
somebody
off.
picked him up. I don't know, but it was at least in park. It wasn't
Oh
still
my
in gears
gosh.
as far as I remember. And yeah, and they took some stuff out of the glove box. They ripped open. They cut open the dashboard. They cut out the headliner. And ripped up the seats, and then there's glass everywhere inside.
Just to be mean?
Dorks. They had it for 3 days.
Probably methed out too.
Who knows?
Or whatever.
Whatever was popular then.
Right. Quaaludes.
In the desert. Stop it.
Peyote.
And so when they found it, I was pissed that they found it. I really was. Because at that point, after 3 days, I'm like, I don't want it back.
No.
I don't even want it back. It's going to smell funny. I don't want it.
Yeah.
Somebody else has been in it. It's been used. It's been abused. It's been just, all the new smell was gone.
gross.
And it was new. Insurance guy made me keep it.
Of course they did.
We'll fix it up, they said. It'll be fine, they said.
We'll buff it up.
Yeah. So they did, and they got it back. I kept it for 11 years.
So, well, that's good.
It was a good car.
Sometimes
It was a
in
good car.
relationships, you can get past things.
Yeah. Yeah, we got over it. We worked through it.
We worked through our
Of course, so
differences.
the things that they stole out of my car, one of the things was my registration.
Oh,
It
so
had
they
my
knew where you
address on it.
live. Yeah.
So that started that whole scenario because I was working overnights, and I get a phone call. Well, see, first somebody showed up and I was home. That's what it was. And they pulled into the yard.
Ew.
Into the yard facing my house. Like the driveway's over here.
Goosebumps.
And they pulled in straight to the front door almost, and the headlights were facing the front. It was a ranch. And like they were not all the way up to the house, but they pulled in like so they could illuminate the whole house at night.
Kind of get a gauge on what's going on.
And I was home, and I'm like, what the hell's going on out here? And then I was freaking out because I knew they had that stuff.
Yeah.
And there was also stuff in there that indicated where I worked. And so I called the police, and then immediately called a security company, had a security system put on. So I had the doors, had everything taken care of. And I'll be damned though, give it about another 3 weeks within the month. I get a phone call because my alarm's going off at my house.
Somebody tried to break in, or they did break in?
They tried. They tried the back door. They tried to break in and put the alarm off. Well, that was, if you're familiar with Phoenix, the house was in Glendale. and it was up near Bell Road, like Thunderbird, Bell, right in that area. I was in Tempe.
Which is how far away?
Southeast.
Okay.
Northwest.
Oh, couldn't be farther.
Couldn't be farther.
Okay.
Had to take I-17 to get home, right? And I'm flying, and the whole time, it's like 3 a.m. My alarm is going off. There's no way to turn it off.
Oh.
Because the police responded.
Yeah.
Because so the alarm company, it was a cluster. Total cluster. My poor neighbors.
Oh.
When I pull up, there were like fire trucks, ambulance, police cars, lights are going everywhere. People are outside in their robe. Like, hold on.
How embarrassing.
I'll get it. There's no cell phone. I'm sorry.
Enter the code 9999. There you go. We're good.
And I couldn't just tell them that for whatever reason at that time. That's well. But anyway, so that's where that all led me.
Holy.
So,
good thing you had the foresight to put that security system on.
I'm glad that we did. I mean, I'm glad that it was like, okay, I'm not going to play with this because I'm just pulling into the drive or into the road or into the house.
I saw something on
yard.
Facebook yesterday, and you might verify this, and you probably have heard about it if it's the truth. But I saw somebody, it might have been fake Kevin Kugler, maybe, on Twitter that posted a story, somebody that was at one of the funerals or memorials for the girls in Gretna.
Yeah.
One of a car was broken into during his comment, basically, or that comment, whoever that is, was just to the person that decided to break into a car during
anybody's
service when we were in the church, and he hashtagged it Gretna Strong. So that's why I'm kind of assuming it was for something around that. But it was just
that's asking for it. I mean that's some terrible karma.
Unreal, terrible.
Honestly, I'm surprised you don't hear that more often. I really am. You know, you get people in that state, and people go, and their vehicles are sitting there, and nobody's thinking that's going to happen.
Yeah, I've heard of stories of people that it's like the kind of the ambulance chaser scenario, that if they see an ambulance pulling up to a house or whatever, they'll be on the scanner and they'll go to that house and they realize probably everybody's going to be gone, and they go hit it.
I've heard that. Yes,
you would never think that
somebody to the hospital or somebody passing away and checking their house just to see dirtbags.
Yeah.
Total dirtbags. Well, I'm going to give you something, a happier note.
Okay.
How about that? Let's see if we can find something a little bit happier. Although I still think he should get a piece of crap car to drive at first. I'm just saying.
I'd vote on that one.
Oh, I was going to point out this one. Jan just found out something that she did this. She doesn't, I don't think she knows that we've done this. Jan just posted on one of the pages, I think it was the fan page that had been created.
Yeah.
And I got notified about it, and it just was a big old OMG. I just listened to the last 5 minutes of the podcast 124, and I put it in slow motion. I'm still crying, laughing so hard. Please give it a try. Pat and JT sound like they're drunk as skunks, and it's beyond funny.
Okay, we haven't done this in a long time, so this should actually be talk about a high note. This should be a high note to wrap everything up.
I wrote her back, and I just said to her, save that till the very end, okay? Because I got a couple other things. But I wrote her back, and I just said, oh my God, Jan, we've done this on a couple of episodes because somebody pointed that out to us. And it's beyond hilarious. I said, it's too funny. So please seek those out if you haven't seen so already. I just wanted to point out a couple of things. I had a post yesterday. You were ranking the ranch. Yeah. It's crazy.
And somebody did comment on there that Boathouse wasn't on there. Boathouse Ranch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that's great. Locale, delish.
The Walden, was it Walden Farms?
Walden Farms, yeah.
And it does in the review. What it is it was in a newspaper somewhere, and it was ranch. It's such a Midwest thing. Ranch rankings. They took 14 brands that you can find in the store and rated them and critiqued them. And number 14 is Walden Farms, and it just says it's too runny, it's this and that, blah, blah, blah. And the Walden Farms thing, the beauty of it, the taste is really good.
Yeah.
It has zero anything in it. Calories,
maybe that was
carbs.
That's what you brought. Did you bring that into work one time? For what it is, it's really good.
And their Thousand Island is really good. Their jellies and jams, they're all zero everything. No sugars, no carbs, no calories. I don't know what's in it. That makes it taste like anything.
Either, but it's good. I don't know.
Whatever it is, the magic is wonderful. But anyway, it did come in 14th, but that doesn't mean it's bad, because there are a few of them that didn't get put into this. Obviously, your Hidden Valley Ranch came in number one.
I feel like that's kind of a...
Didn't they kind of develop this?
Right.
Is that their thing?
I think, and to take this further, we'll go through the rankings there, but I think that we would need to at some point rank the ranch locally. Like when you go to a restaurant or go someplace and their ranch...
A lot of people are pissed Runza wasn't included.
Runza and Valentino's.
Yes.
Valentino's, and they have locale ranch too.
Yeah, because you can make your own as well. Yeah. But yeah, the Runza Amigos Ranch is another one that got brought up that should be on the list. Runza needs to bottle their ranch and sell it, just like Dorothy. I'm telling you, Dorothy goes on anything too.
Yeah, it does.
Oh my God, Dorothy Lynch. Homemade Hidden Valley with buttermilk and Hellman's mayonnaise.
That's good stuff too.
Making my mouth water.
Yeah.
A lot of people mentioning the old Runza Ranch. Boathouse Ranch. That's the one you were talking about.
Boathouse, yeah.
And it's good because it's a yogurt based,
and it's good. It's like I think it's like 30 calories for a couple tablespoons. So you look,
Don and Millie's got a shout out for their ranch.
Dipping a cheese Frenchie in ranch. What
is that? Just a fat thing to do?
Oh, that is.
God, that sounds so good.
That is the fattest fat kid comment
sounds
ever.
So good. And then I threw up a post yesterday about because I saw my favorite funeral home that I follow in Central Nebraska.
Good segue from drinking ranch to a funeral home. Thanks.
They'd appreciate it because they've got a great sense of humor.
Drumming up a little business.
They posted, and I stole it, and I gave them credit, though. I just shared what they posted. And it was just, you've seen every episode of what TV show post as a GIF.
Oh, man, yeah.
Or a GIF, or however you want to say it. We'll get into that later, another day. So just to go down a quick run of the list, because I was disappointed in you.
I couldn't believe, I was disappointed in myself after I saw you bring that up.
Okay, so I started with Criminal Minds, Little House on the Prairie.
Fair enough.
Lost, okay. Grey's, The Office, Friends, Jersey Shore. These are our people, okay? You just know that.
Those are all pretty right up there.
You guys are our people. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Lucifer, X-Files, Roseanne, Buffy, Breaking Bad. Night Court was an unusual. I'm like, whoa!
I love that show.
Weeds.
Great show.
Another great one. 2.5 Men. $6 Million Man is in there. Ally McBeal. West Wing. Sons of Anarchy. Shameless. Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Grace and Frankie, or Frankie and Grace, whatever that one is. And Baller. Pat posted Real Housewives.
Of New York.
Okay, well, let's clarify. Okay.
I don't watch that Potomac garbage.
That doesn't make it any better.
No.
That doesn't make
it does.
any better. He puts Real Housewives. And then about 4 or 5 down from that, I see a buddy of mine, Daryl Wills, he posted his. He posted several. And apparently in the comments back and forth between him and some other people that are formerly from Ashland, that he used to memorize the TV guide when he was a little one.
Wow.
He knew everything that was on. So
impressive.
He would have been your best friend.
Yeah.
He posted a different show.
Three's Company.
Yeah.
And that would be the one. I can't believe I didn't think that.
That's your guy.
Yeah.
Jack Ritter's your guy.
Jack Tripper, John Ritter.
Jack Tripper.
Yeah,
John
I do the same thing now.
Jack Ritter, John Tripper.
Yeah,
John Tripper.
Jack Tripper is the guy is the character played by the greatest human being ever, John Ritter.
John Ritter.
Yeah, I can't believe I screwed that
Isn't
up.
that something? You remember when he passed away?
Oh, yeah, September 12th, 2002.
Oh my God.
It was the same day that Officer Ty Pratt was shot in Omaha.
Yes, it was.
And we had gotten kind of the new,
we'd probably been working
terrible.
like 5 months.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah. It was a year and a day after 9/11. We had just gone through the day before doing a show on, a year anniversary of 9/11. And then the next day on the way in, you hear that he died on the set of his show. It was an unbelievable morning.
And that was his new show.
Yeah. Seven Rules of Dating My Teenage Daughter. Yeah.
Yes.
With
Which was
Kaylee
a great
Cuoco.
show.
Yep.
Yeah. It was a really good show. But anyway.
That's still up there. So go to our Facebook page and comment on there because that was a fun one. Yeah.
I love seeing all the shows because I'm looking at the list and I'm like, this is basically my viewing list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So my peeps.
Yeah.
We think alike.
Yeah.
Right? All right. Anyway, there you go.
Thank you guys. Okay, so subscribe, rate, review our podcast. We appreciate you downloading, listening, sharing, all that kind of stuff. We really do.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Parkville Media Production.